And they're running in the 1979 Gold Cup, and Tide Cottage is the first to show in this driving snow. Tide Cottage from Bourne Oaks and Casa Mayor and Royal Frolic and Strombolis and Gaffer, and behind them Royal Mail. And Gaffer 6-1 at the latest show, and it's Tide Cottage from Bourne Oaks. Then comes Strombolis and Gaffer and Casa Mayor and Royal Mail as they jump the second, and Aldeniti, and then comes Night Nurse, Alverton behind him, then Bitter Manny. And the back markers include Brown Lad, Ottaway, and Mighty's Honor. And Tide Cottage has opened up a long lead in the Gold Cup. Tide Cottage and Tommy Carberry, the only rider who has won it 3 times already, a long way clear of Bourne Oaks and Strombolis and Casa Mayor as they run down to the third. Tide Cottage jumps it a long way clear of Strombolis and Bourne Oaks together, then Casa Mayor and Royal Mail. Behind them, Gaffer and Royal Frolic and Aldeniti and Alverton and Night Nurse, and then Bitter Manny, and jumping the water, the leader now, and well clear, Tide Cottage from Bourne Oaks and Strombolis. Then Gaffer, Royal Mail, Casa Mayor, Aldeniti, Night Nurse, Alverton. And over the first ditch, Tide Cottage was a long way clear. The visibility very bad out in the country, but it looks as though they've all jumped the first ditch successfully, and just jumping the 6, or having jumped the 6, it's Tide Cottage from Bourne Oaks, then Strombolis. Just in behind them come Royal Mail, and then Gaffer, Alverton, and another ditch now for Tide Cottage. And Tide Cottage and Tommy Carberry jump it a long way clear of Bourne Oaks and Strombolis and Royal Mail as the field race to the top of the hill now, and they're getting very strung out over the 8th. Tide Cottage a long way clear. Bourne Oaks has jumped it second. Then comes Royal Mail with Strombolis, and then Royal Frolic. And virtually out of sight now as they run down in this driving snow towards the 9th. Long way clear. Tide Cottage jumps it and begins the run down the hill. And the others well strung out behind him. And Brown Lad is one of those a long way in arrears at the moment, with Ottaway also. Coming down to the 10th now, Tommy Carberry on Tide Cottage. Strombolis and Bourne Oaks and Royal Mail are next, and then comes Night Nurse. Alverton's right with them, and then Royal Frolic, and then Aldeniti. Mighty's Honor is not far behind him. Gaffer's right up in the leading group too, and behind this long way leader Tide Cottage. Tide Cottage and the Sheepskin Nose Band coming to the 11th, clear of Bourne Oaks and Strombolis and Royal Mail and Royal Frolic and Night Nurse and Gaffer and Alverton. That's the order of the pursuers. Then comes Aldeniti, then Casa Mayor. Behind Casa Mayor is Bitter Manny, and then comes Mighty's Honor, and then Brown Lad. And Ottaway is the back marker. And over the 12th, Tide Cottage, a long way clear of Royal Mail, Bourne Oaks, Strombolis, Night Nurse, Gaffer, Alverton, and Royal Frolic as they go out into the country on the final circuit. And it's still Tide Cottage a long way clear with 10 to jump. Royal Mail is second, Strombolis is third, Gaffer 4, 5 Night Nurse, 6 is Alverton, 7 is Bourne Oaks, 8 Royal Frolic, 9 Aldeniti, 10 Casa Mayor, 11 Bitter Manny, 12 Brown Lad, 13 Mighty's Honor. And running down to the next, the 13th, Tide Cottage, who's made every yard of the running, jumps it clear. Royal Mail jumped it second. Night Nurse made just a fraction of a mistake there. Alverton's travelling strongly in third. Strombolis on his outside. Gaffer right up there with him, the 7-year-old. Jumping the water, number 14. Tide Cottage a long way clear of Royal Mail second. Strombolis third. Alverton 4. Gaffer 5. Night Nurse 6. Royal Frolic 7. Coming to the 15th, the third ditch, Tide Cottage, a long way clear of Royal Mail second, Alverton third, Gaffer 4, 5 Strombolis, 6 Royal Frolic, and 7 Night Nurse. Over the 16th, Tide Cottage, a long way clear of Royal Mail, Alverton, Gaffer, who didn't jump that too brilliantly. Behind him comes Strombolis. Behind Strombolis is Night Nurse, and then Royal Frolic. It's hard to see anything else figuring as they come to the final ditch, 6 from home. Tide Cottage a very long way clear, jumps it very well clear. Royal Mail jumps it second, Alverton is third, Gaffer is fourth, Stromboli is 5 and Royal Frolic 6. Night Nurse is losing ground. At the top of the hill, 5 out, and Tide Cottage jumps it a long way clear of Alverton in second and Royal Mail third, and these three are a long way clear, and Tide Cottage's lead is now being drastically reduced as they've got 4 left to jump in the Gold Cup, and it was Tide Cottage there from Alverton and Royal Mail, and these three, bar a fall, have the 1979 Gold Cup between them. Alverton and Jonjo O'Neill moved into second place to chase Tommy Carberry on Tide Cottage, with Royal Mail third. At the third last, Tide Cottage from Alverton second, Royal Mail is third, and the rest are virtually out of sight in the snow. So it's Tommy Carberry on Tide Cottage from Jonjo O'Neill on Alverton. Royal Mail back in third, 2 fences left to jump in the 1979 Gold Cup, and it's Tide Cottage who's made every yard of the running so far, ridden by Tommy Carberry, being chased by Jonjo O'Neill on Alverton, with Royal Mail third. These are the only ones in it. Alverton's producing a great challenge. It's Tide Cottage from Alverton, and now as they race up towards the final fence in the Gold Cup, Tide Cottage and Alverton. Tide Cottage on the far side, Alverton on the near side. There's very little between them now. Tide Cottage lands in the lead. He's a faller. Tide Cottage is down at the last. Alverton is striding away to win the Gold Cup. Royal Mail has nearly fallen at the last, and Alverton and Jonjo O'Neill stride away to win the 1979 Piper Champagne Cheltenham Gold Cup as they come to the line. Alverton wins it. Royal Mail is going to be second. It's going to be close for third between Casamayor and Aldeniti. Royal Mail is second. Aldeniti's putting in a tremendous run to try and wrest third place from Casamayor. It's a photo finish. Aldeniti just gets up to be third from Casamayor. Brown led the fast finishing